but I somehow talked about something else. And also trust. So, talking about will and determination, especially at this time of the year, it takes having a purpose to enable us to focus on our will and our desire. So, when we have a will to do something, it will equate and it will help us to be determined to make sure that that thing comes to pass. Now, it's not easy. And for me, I need lots of prayer. It's through prayer that I'm able to get my will. I'll give you an example. I started off the year saying, I don't want to eat certain foods. But when it's in front of me, first I was able to say no. The next time, not so much. So it's my prayer that next time I'll do better. At the same time, I'm not going to be hard on myself. Like, oh, why did you do this? And you shouldn't have done this. Life happens. Life happens. And this is a new year. So one of the things I'm working on is not to be hard on myself. And thanks for those who joined. Happy New Year. Thanks so much for joining. It's going to be a very short one. Are you facing this situation where time just flies? Time just goes. I was supposed to come on earlier. Time just goes and but I made it. I said before midnight I have to jump on. So I made it. So again, it's going to be another short one. But let's remember will and trust. When we will to do something, what is the reasoning behind that thing we want to do? Simon Sinek talks about finding your why. It will help us with being determined to get it done. And for me, as a person of faith, prayer. I need the strength of the Lord to help me get that thing done. And then there's trust. I'd like to spend a little bit more time on trust. Would you agree with me that trust in our day and age now is getting harder and harder to trust? I remember a time when my employee ID number was my social security number. We would never think of doing that now because if that number gets into the hands of the wrong hands, your whole life could be destroyed because of that. So there was a time when there was trust. There was a time we could go to the airport, we didn't get searched. There was a time when people kept their word. They tell you they're going to do something, and they follow through. But now it's getting harder to trust. And how can we build back trust? Even on social media, we have to now set up two-step authentication because of trust. And they want to make sure that you're the right person going into a certain platform. Are you the right person? I was trying to log into somewhere. They sent me a message through my email. Verify that it's you. Well, there was a time when we didn't have to do that. There was trust. But the level of trust has definitely gone down over the years. And I don't want to say I don't see it getting better, but it's going to take some time to get things to a place where we can trust the way we used to trust. It's possible. Maybe in certain circles there can be trust, but in a general, because sometimes people just have the wrong motives. I see a number sometimes on my phone. I don't want to pick it up because it's a number I don't recognize. Who knows? I've gotten calls when someone said, oh, this is the bank and I need your number. Of course, now we know that that's a scam. There was a time when things like that did not happen. So we need to get to a place where we can trust, maybe in a secluded, in a circle that can be trust. In a group of people that you know, they can be trust. But when it comes to dealing with, I think in general we will still want to trust people, and that's why we get in trouble, sadly. But anyway, that's my bit for tonight, and more tomorrow. More tomorrow. It's actually already tomorrow, but more to come. So thanks for joining me. Happy New Year. It's still Happy New Year. I still need to send out my Happy New Year messages. I'm catching up to it. Just the time just goes. I don't know. The time just goes. Is that the same for you? Does your time just go? You're working on something and then you look and it's like, where did the time go? That's certainly what I'm facing. Time just goes fast. It's already the 3rd of January over here. It's already the 3rd. But we're positive, we're grateful, have gratitude. And so I'll see you tomorrow or later today. Earlier. I plan on being here earlier. But thank you for joining me.